Go.
Good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world today. We are here today with our Hope for Families official book launch for our book two, which is Building Bridges of Hope, Strengthening Co-Parenting and Family Bonds. I'm here today. First, I'm Dawn McCarty. I'm one of the editing publishers on this book, and I'm joined today with Danica Joan Dockery, who is the executive director of Kids Need Both and Hope for Families. Excuse me. Hope for Families is a project under that organization, and we're bringing this book series and anthology to those who need help navigating through family conflicts in our family court system. And we brought together a lot of professionals, and another person joining our team is John Hamill. He's been here helping us navigate through all of the editing and work that we have been doing with all of the authors. And it's turned into a very, very powerful book with 21 authors plus a forwarding author. So we have 22 all together in this anthology or this particular volume of our anthology. It's been a passion, and it's been a very it's a labor of love putting this together and trying to get it edited and out on time. And it's finally here. So we're live on Amazon as of yesterday. So if you haven't seen it on Amazon, we've provided this QR code here. So anytime you're watching, you can click on that. It'll take you to the Amazon sales page for the book, so you can check it out and you can determine between the Kindle version, there's a paperback and a hardcover version of our book. So at this point, I want to pause for a second. I want to let my co-host here maybe chime in with something about the book that they may have.
Um, I guess I'll go. This has been an amazing journey, right? Like, and this is our second year of producing this anthology. So just to kind of give you a little idea, like we've t stepped up the game. Our first one was last year that launched was we'd never done this before. We'd never done a collaborative book project, but we wanted to do something to because we already have a connection with our Hope for Families alliance of organizations who are out there trying to make a difference in with families experiencing child custody conflict. And we wanted a book that and I think last year I think we had 18 authors. This year we have
Yep.
22 contributing authors plus huge amounts of resources that John was the one that actually curated a lot of the resources, and that was a huge deep dive on his part.
Yep.
But the we've just made it better. This book two is better, and next year's book three is going to be even better. But the whole goal is to not only be of service to maybe possibly first-time authors who have a lot of expertise, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't have, maybe that was their lifelong dream is to be published. So we've been able to provide an opportunity for them to publish, but more importantly, for the reader to find hope,
Mm-hmm.
because it's all about building bridges of hope. So that's what I want to contribute to it, and I'm going to tee it off over to John to share.
Welcome, everyone. So glad you're able to join us today on this exciting day as we are launching our book globally. It's a valuable resource, as Danica and Donna shared, for parents and survivors going through the trials and tribulations of family conflict. So we're delighted to have with us today authors where we'll be able to spotlight their initiatives and their chapters and their valuable contributions to this second volume in our series. And as Danica said, it spans the globe from authors from South America, Europe, Africa. So we're delighted to be able to highlight some of those initiatives of those contributors.
Mm. This is So today, what does today look like? Today is going to look like we're bringing in authors, the authors that contributed their chapter. It's going to give us about 10 minutes. We're not going to have a lot of time with them, but we want to make sure that they get to be part of this book launch because ultimately the goal is that we use this weekend, this Black Friday weekend to not only share with the world with about this project, but also give you an opportunity as the viewers to be able to buy this book at the absolute cheapest price that we're able to provide it for, which is the author's price. Um, but it's only going to happen during this weekend. This after this weekend, it goes back to the regular price, which I believe is $4.99 for the Kindle, 19.95 for the paperback, and $24.95 for the hardback. So I would say definitely click on the QR code, get your copy, and then that makes you part of making us international best-selling authors on Amazon. Um, are
And
we?
on that note,
Yes.
Amazon sales page says we are number one new release.
Yes. All
Congrats.
right. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Dawn's the one that's in the background checking the analytics to see when we can become number one best-selling because once we do, then it just helps to propagate it. And again, it's about any kind of dealing with child custody conflict. Everybody in this book have been somewhat personally touched by child custody conflict, and we wanted to turn our pain into purpose.
So
So,
Definitely.
let's hear from some of our great authors who've contributed.
yes, speaking of, we have Tina Mayer has just joined us in the room.
Well, hello.
Good
Good.
morning.
Welcome, welcome. We have, and we are getting a little bit of a late start, and I do apologize for that. So Tina, you are our first author to interview.
Oh, well, excellent. My timing was impeccable then.
All right, so we've got let me see.
Well, actually, we should maybe go back to Ola Akini in Nigeria and Alfredo in Mexico.
Are they hold on.
They are
Hey,
in.
Yola.
Yes, they're in the room. Yes,
Hello,
yes, yes.
hello,
Oh,
hello,
it's
Danica.
Alfredo. Sorry.
And Alfredo. Who we I do apologize. I want to make sure that we respect those in so Ola is going to be our first interview, and then we're going to bounce to Alfredo, and go from there. Okay. So let's see here. Ola, are you able to be on the screen?
I think he's the one that's in transit. So we have a
Okay.
video.
Okay. Do we have who has the video? Because I do not. I don't have it in my folder.
It's in his authors folder. So,
Okay. Is there someone because I've given everybody co-host rights in right here. Is there somebody that can show it from their end?
I'm worried about my internet. So if John can do it, or
yes, I can do it.
Okay.
so far it's behaving, but I'm afraid it's going to get wonky again. Excuse me.
Okay, so why don't you can you select it off screen and then we can and then share?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, we were okay. So what let's while we're waiting for why don't John, do you want to just go to an interview with Alfredo first and we'll bring Ola's video up when you have it available?
Certainly.
Okay. Welcome, Alfredo. So,
Hello,
Great to
so
see you.
glad.
hello, guys.
So
Thank
glad to have you.
yeah,
This has been okay, so I have just a few questions. I can find them
okay.
that
And
I
thank
want to ask of you as an author. Um, it's a new author. By the way, just wanted you to know,
yeah.
Alfredo, Dawn, what's our statistics right now of as far as trying to get to be number one best-selling? You're on mute.
Okay,
Excuse me.
sorry.
There you
I
go.
just pulled up the page too. So on Amazon sale page for our book, so if we go to the page where you can see Kindle, hardcover, or paperback, they
Mhm.
put the little flag there that says number one new release. And
You
it's
want
number one new release in trauma psychology. So
to, okay.
that's,
You want to do you want to share that screen for a
oh,
second?
sure. Yeah. Let me get back over here. Share. Let me know when you can see it.
I can see, yes.
Okay, right there.
Awesome. Number
In
one.
trauma psychology. So this is how we will determine whether or not we make number one bestseller. We've already accomplished number one new release. That's really good. So we're right on track.
Good.
And yeah, we're just going to make this even better as we go through the day.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. Alfredo. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to share. Okay, so Alfredo's show this is Alfredo. Um Salomon Salazar, now a co-author, and his chapter is called Writing to an Absent Child. So my question I have for you, Alfredo, is what is the one message you hope readers take away from this chapter?
well, based on my experience, one of the things that saved my life uh, through this event was writing, and I learned from school that writing was a way to express myself. I am a audiovisual creator, so when all these events came to my life, when I just leave my house back in 19 no well 2013, I start writing to my son letters, small letters, because he was a 5 years old kid,
Mhm.
and I felt some kind of link through these letters. And then, well, I have to stop them because my letters finished and end up in the court, and they were
Mm.
taken as some kind of violence for my kid. But later, I wrote a tale for kids that became a book that is called Mi hijo tiene un dinosaurio. My son has a dinosaur. And finally, I started a blog where I try to make contact with my kid, and it's still online. It's a blog that you can find in the web. And well, the idea was to keep on uh, working to be close to my kid. Uh, and well, that has never happened yet. I'm still away from him, and well, the idea of writing became one of the reasons I start a movement here in Mexico called Mil Pelotas para Ti, that well, he tried to reach and help fathers and mothers that are in the divorce process, and they are not aware of the problem that can be generated through the conflicted divorce.
Got you. So what gives you hope for families who are struggling today?
Well,
Maybe, yeah.
I want people to understand and learn that there are a lot of ways to transit this process, and there is the legal process, there is the psychological process, but we all can write to our kids through and heal the bond through writing. I think that's my hope.
Writing is a very healing thing. I mean, even as a kid, journaling, a lot of people journal, and they do it not necessarily to publish, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's something to get their thoughts out on paper. And it's something I use for in my co-parenting courses that, I have the participant in my programs to write a letter, not to give to the co-parent, but write a letter as if they're giving it to their co-parent. Because, like you said, some of these words, you'll find them being presented as evidence in the courts. But it's important to still write, just be more discerning about who you share it with. But it was my experience of writing a letter to your co-parent on things that they can count on you for. It helps to reveal a lot of things that are hidden in your own subconscious when you read it, and you're like, and it brings up bitterness that you didn't think you had, pain, and all kinds of things that you didn't even know were there because of the writing. And I'm sure that's something you've experienced, Alfredo. Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I basically write to my kid because writing to my co-parent was really uh, difficult for me. But I think that writing to an absent kid, an absent boy, is really important for the bond of you both. And yes, and as you talk, I wonder if I should start writing to my co-parent and see what happens. And I mean, not about sending the letter, but to heal myself, about all these emotions that are inside, When you write, the emotions go away,
Mhm.
and that's healing. And even the physical aspect, because sadness starts working on your body, and I think that can be possible to start writing to a co-parent.
It's, it's a very confronting thing to ask to be generous, to be with someone that is essentially your enemy. It's hard to allow yourself permission to think kind thoughts in the midst of the battle, because there's that fear that if I see them as this, human that has, and have some compassion for
Mhm.
them, then it's it can be very confronting with you know, in so many different ways that to just feel it's much easier to say I hate them um
Sure.
than to say they're human and they have vulnerabilities and they have their own brokenness from childhood that make them the way they are.
Yeah, definitely. And after 12 years, I've been through a lot of emotions. I hated, I I felt some all kind of emotions, but now I'm quiet with my soul. I am working. I have a new life, and I think that's something that maybe we should all do. Try to reconnect through writing with the co-parent and try to see if there's been a change of attitude.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time,
Yeah,
Alfredo. I know that um, I really appreciate the effort that you've put in here. I know that English is not your first language, so it's
yeah,
even a little bit more challenging for you than most. And I acknowledge you for that, that you took this on anyway, because the importance of getting the word out and making a difference and bringing hope to people's lives is far beyond our limitations.
yeah. Well, thank you for the invitation. I am really glad to be part of this book. It means a lot to me to be the only Mexican, but also the only Latin American uh, representative. So it's very important because in Latin America and Mexico, this is a huge problem. And well, this
Yeah.
book is gonna be really a light in the middle of the night.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right,
Thank you.
I'm gonna pause this for a second so we can kind of have a segment the video, and then